Hey guys, it's Iz, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact Lore video. I was wondering what I wanted to talk about this week. I've been pretty busy with other things, so my mind was kind of cluttered at the moment. I haven't been able to play Genshin as much as I usually did as well, so I decided to just go ahead and go through my farm routes for a bit and see if something comes to me that I wanted to talk about. Then I realized that there's a topic that has been tossed around for a bit that we don't really know a whole lot about. And that topic is Gnosis.
Absentee Archon of Mondstadt. How impotent you've become. That smirk you wear looks out of place. Did you steal it from your master's face? Should have held your tongue. So, this is a Gnosis, Wouldn't be caught dead wearing this ugly thing in public. Beauty is a waste when the beholder has no taste.
With Gnosis, we really only know a couple of things. One, they are used by Archons to channel power directly from Celestia. Two, it's typically stored in the body of an Archon. And lastly, the Cryo Archon that Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya wants to gather them all. We don't really know why exactly she wants them, except the obvious idea of power. So like I just mentioned, Gnosis works similarly to Vision in the sense that it allows the person to channel elemental power. But the difference between the two is that Gnosis channels power directly from Celestia, so that means that the power of the Archon comes from Celestia. But how exactly do you get a Gnosis? I mean, besides yoinking it from a body of an Archon?
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now!
As far as we are aware, there are two other ways of obtaining a Gnosis. One is how the newer Archons get them, presumably by inheriting or being granted the power by Celestia as the successor, and the other was how the original 7 gained their Gnosis through the Archon War, where during this war, all of the gods fought and killed each other until only the 7 gods remained. They each fought the other gods for a seat on the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Teyvat.
This has interesting implications. Does that mean then that the gods or Archons are actually governed by some other people? If their power comes from Celestia and they were chosen to be the gods of the elements, this must mean then that there are higher beings in charge of them. You know, the ones that chose them. Maybe one's like the unknown god. But with the information that we have, we can really only speculate right now.
Map from the book against the current topography of Mondstadt. Apparently, Pylos Peak no longer exists.
Are you trying to say that the tallest mountain Paimon's never heard of just disappeared?
I once read somewhere that the Animo Archon, Barbados, once used his divine power to mobilize the winds and blow the ice and snow from the face of the earth. The whole landscape of Mondstadt was changed in the process. The mountains of that age were replaced by the vast stretch of ocean we see today. Still, a mountain that high, drop it into the ocean and it'll still leave a trace. The summit still reaches just above the water's surface. So the place known as Pylos Peak in Leonard's day is today known as Musk Reef.
So one thing to note about the gods and their Gnosis is that even though they don't have their Gnosis, they still are able to use their own power, with Venti healing himself with elemental energy from the Great Tree at Windrise, and Zhongli clearly still having the abilities of Geo under his control. This is also very apparent, since at the point at which they join our party, if you are lucky to pull them, is after each of their acts, which makes it interesting to know that the Archons don't only have power because of the Gnosis. Well, come to think of it, the Archons were still gods before they became the 7 Archons, so they must have been powerful even before they received the Gnosis.
Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Oh, Sire, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Well, we covered quite a bit of the topics already about Gnosis except for one. Why does the Tsaritsa want the Gnosis of the other Archons? I believe that it could be so much more than just her being power hungry. If you haven't already noticed, both of the Gnosis that we've seen have a lot of similarities with chess pieces, with the Animal Gnosis looking like a queen and the Geo-Gnosis looking like a rook. Huh. Leaders of a certain area with chess pieces signifying power. What does this remind me of? Anyways, I think that Gnosis have some other purpose besides just pure power. Now, there's no real basis for this, it's almost pure speculation. Since Gnosis channel power directly from Celestia, I believe that it's a means to unlock some sort of greater being in Celestia. And by that, I mean that maybe once you have all the Gnosis, there's a way to become a part of Celestia itself, and maybe be the one that governs all of Tevat and even the other Archons. But again, this is all just a pretty big leap and mostly speculation. Although it isn't confirmed, I do believe there's more to Celestia than just a place. Hopefully we'll get more answers soon, maybe when we talk to the God of Eternity, the Electro Archon, the Raiden Shogun.
The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. I said the exact same thing last time. Why do I only say these things when I'm down on my luck? So you noticed. This isn't something I'm meant to discuss with ordinary people. But I suppose I can let you in on the secret. As you know, visions are external magical foci that only a small minority of people possess. They use these visions to channel elemental power. In truth, every wielder of a vision is one who can attain godhood and ascend to Celestia. We call such people Allogenes.
Allogenes? Paimon's never heard of them before.
That's because this is a secret that only Archons are privy to. We don't need primitive tools like visions. Instead, each Archon has an internal magical focus that resonates directly with Celestia itself, known as a Gnosis.
But that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got curious about this topic, so I wanted to dig up what we currently know of as of the recording of this video. I hope you guys liked it, so if you did, leave a like on it. Maybe comment what you think about it too. I've been noticing that there's quite some people that have been commenting in my videos that skip the story, whether it's because of their time or they weren't interested at the time. So I was thinking of making a recap video for each of the acts. Maybe you guys can tell me if that's what you want to see, or maybe it's something you'll watch? If you do, subscribe and hit the notification bell as well, so you know if that video comes out. Well, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Ad Astra, Abyssos.